Hi everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Robin and welcome to my eclectic nest, aka my kitchen. This is a channel where we talk a little bit about everything and anything under the sun. I do oracle card readings here. I talk about different topics from Reiki to chakras to astrology. Okay. Uh, this channel is dedicated to learning such arts. It's just my little way of bringing the mystic into the modern world. If you happen to like this channel, um, please hit like, subscribe, and please share it and get me out there because I need your help for to I need your help for this. So I think today's going to be a short video. What I have decided to do is to start a series on the planets. Um, so, of course, we're going to start with the sun. If you happen to if you dig this and you think that you would like a reading, you can get a hold of me at robinseclecticnest@gmail.com. So the sun. The sun is the natural ruler of the fifth house of Leo. It represents you. It represents not so much your personality, that is more your ascendant, but it represents your character. It is the planet that shows who you are. It shows your vitality. It shows your creativity. It shows your force, your will, your regality. It keywords. That's how astrology works. Is working by keywords. It is the hero. It is the masculine part of the universe, of God. It represents the father, along with Saturn. Um, it's it's it shows where you will shine as a person. It is, it is also, it's your inner self. It's your self-esteem. It is your heart. It is your life force. The sun is, it's your pride. It's, your ego. It is, I think I already said creativity, right? It's your basic behavior. So, for example, I'm a Taurus. So my basic character is, I'm slow, I'm steady, I'm stubborn, I really do like to eat. I really, Taurus is described as being sensual, big-hearted, slow. I already said that, didn't I? Which is okay. So that's that. If you recall from an earlier video, I think it was yesterday, we were talking about the houses. We were talking about how the planets are the character, and the signs are the wardrobe, the costume, that a planet will wear. And the house is the room you know, that particular part of the play, aka your natal astrology chart, um, is playing out. So a fire sign sun will be different than an earth sign. An earth sign sun will be a little bit more practical in the way they dress, in their character, you know, down to earth, solid, common sense. Okay. A fire sign is going to be a sign that's ready to move, haughty, you know, um, very forceful, very, you know, willful. It is, you know, you throw that Leo sun in the 12th house, and you know you're gonna have a a Leo that probably is a little confused about how to shine, really, you know, what they're made up of, right? You put that Leo sun though in the first house, um, you know, you're gonna have a star. You're gonna be very bright. You know, it's all gonna be about you. You know, if you're a Cancer sun, you know you're gonna be very empathetic as your character. You're gonna be somebody that likes to take care of other people. It doesn't uh, talk a lot about all of you, you know, you as a whole person, okay? It's just a part. So that's why if you ever thought, you know, you read newspaper horoscopes and say that you're a Capricorn and you're reading it and it's like, well, you know, that's not me at all. Well, no, probably not, because it's just, you know, it's just one part of you. Um, you the sun is also a place where you have a need for significance. So like for example, my son is in the ninth house. It is very significant to me, for me to learn higher concepts, not just to learn them, not just to um, know them, but you know, with being a Taurus sun, with that, it would, those higher concepts, I would have to figure out a way to make them tangible, you know, for me, for them to work, okay, to work. That's why I like to read so much. That's why I'm into such subjects as astrology and God and creation and philosophy and different stuff like that. Right? It is also it's also shows in your chart the capacity or not. Let's just say, you know, if you're a Cancer sun in the 12th house, you know, you're not going to be a person that's very forceful now. But if you are a Capricorn sun in the 5th house, um, yeah, you're going to be a force to reckon with there a little bit. It shows your, like I said, your capacity to be forceful to where you'll be leader, where it's right for you to be proud. It is, you know, your willpower. It is, you know, which is good or bad, because depending on the placement, that willpower can take you from the streets, you know, living on the streets to the penthouse. But it could also be, you know, um, that person, you know, in the kindergarten that, you know, pushes the other kids away out of the way so they can be first in line. All right. It's it shows you, you know, like I said, it shows you, you know, your life force. It shows you your heart. It can also show your husband. But I guess in ancient astrology, you know, for women or anybody that identifies as feminine, um, it shows, you know, they say it shows the husband, but so does Jupiter. So does Jupiter. Um, for men and anybody that identifies as masculine, you know, just an FYI, your partner, um, the best partner for you would be represented by Venus. Okay. Um, uh like I said, it just all it just shows, you know, the sun. It just also shows, you know, where you are the ruler, your identity, you know, what is significant to you. It it's your drive, it's your self-expression. It I know I always say Leo, but Leos are so easy to see, you know. They you know, they just shine, you know, probably have really good hair, you know, probably just you know, they stand out in the crowd one way or the other. It's now, I want to say, so that's all that. So yeah, the sign that it's in and the house that it's in will show, you know, exactly how that basic personality or character, not personality, but character is shown to the world. But any um, any planets touching that is going to affect that greatly. You know, i.e., if you have a sun in Sagittarius and it is sextiling Jupiter from Libra, you know, we could have somebody that ended up being clergy that works as a counselor for families, or somebody, or a divorce lawyer. You know, it anything could affect that. It's now if it's squared by Saturn, you know, your sun, if it's squared by Saturn, you're going to have somebody, especially when they're younger, that probably doesn't let their sun shine too much. You know, they're going to have like a basic character of Eeyore, you know, head always down, a little, you know, that whole stoicness, the, you know, not very forthcoming in among their friends. You know, it's the sun. The sun is obviously is very important. Now, when we talk about orbs, and if you look up your own chart again, like on astro.com or AstroSeek, um, the orb along the luminaries, and the luminaries, it's just the sun and the moon, usually go about 10 degrees, i.e., saying if your sun is at 1 degree in Capricorn and Mercury's at 10 degrees um, Capricorn, that's going to be a 9-degree difference between those, or between those two planets. Okay. And what's important about the sun is this, is if they say if a planet gets too close to the sun, that planet is going to be burnt, meaning it's not going to work um, to its highest potential, except if what's called a cazimi. A cazimi is when Another planet is within 19 minutes of orb from the sun. So there's 60 minutes in 1 degree. Okay, it's all time. It's all the zodiac degrees. Everything is run by time. Okay, so that means that it will strengthen that particular planet. Now, and I also want you to realize, as far as the sun goes, you will never find Venus more than 45 degrees away from your sun in either direction, nor will you find 45 degrees, which is, by the way, is a semi-square. It's half of 90 degrees. And you'll never find it more than 33 degrees Mercury. You'll never find more than 33 degrees away from the sun. Okay, they travel pretty close to it. So more than likely, like me, you know, my Mercury is only 3 degrees from my sun, and my Venus is only, now what is it? Less than 9 degrees from my sun in another sign. It, yeah, so basically, to summarize it all up, this is a nice, short, sweet little video. To sum it all up, the sun is basically where you shine. And depending on what planets in what house it is, you know, it's going to say about your character. Again, like for example, okay, let's just say, let's give you another example. You know, if your sun's in the 7th house, the house of Libra, the 7th house is, okay, is a house of Libra. Just in the general sense of astrology, relationships are going to be very important to you. Okay. Now, if you have your sun in the 4th degree, in the 4th house, your home's going to be very important to you. If you have it in the 10th, your job's going to be very important to you. That's why when astrologers say that your time of birth, what your time of birth is and how important it is, that's why. Okay, because that time of birth signifies the start of your chart. So the start of my chart is, I'm a Virgo rising. Okay, so that, with me being a Taurus sun, that puts my sun in the 9th house. Okay, I was born about an hour past high noon. So my sun is right on top of my chart, right up on my MC that I told you about yesterday. Okay, so in essence, in astrology, it's what's called a significator. Okay, it's in essence, it's sort of like I do carry because it's high noon, it's on top of the chart. It's for everybody to be seen. I never could get away with anything. I could be in a group of 10 people and we're all doing the same thing. And I'm the one that sticks out. You know, I'm the one that people would always say, guess what she was doing? You know, but it gives me an essence of Leo. Okay. If your sun is in the 4th house, like right on your IC, even if it was in Gemini, it would still be, that would be a significator of Cancer. You know, if it was in the 7th house on your descendant, relationships would be very important to you. You know, even if it was in Capricorn, if, you know, if it's on your ascendant, you know, your drive, your will really will be, you know, accentuated, you know, your impulses, it would be, very, you know, such would be very important to you. It is, Again, just some key words for you to remember when we talk about the sun is hero, God, father, regality, the king or queen, okay? Your arrogance, it's your power, it's your self-centeredness, it's your ego, it is the authority, you know, it is the boss. We know the king is the boss. It is your throne, right? You all kings and queens sit that way. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you. The next one I will be doing is the moon. And again, thank you for all of your support. Please hit like, please hit like, subscribe, and please share and get the word out there. I'm not fancy, and but I'm true, and I'm here, and I hope just, you know, give it a shot. I might be able to help somebody. Okay, you guys are wonderful, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. All right, peace, love, and shalom to you. Bye bye.